Guys, in 2010, Ford unveiled the Ford Raptor. A truck you could buy directly from the factory that can handle trails, the sand dunes, and you could even jump it.
The problem is Gen 2 Raptors only came with a turbo V6, and no Raptors ever came in a two-door. Meanwhile, Ford had been building two-door F-150s that come with a 5-liter V8 for years, and these F-150s become really popular to build and use as race trucks, but they didn't have half the suspension the Raptors did.
So what if someone combined these two trucks to make the ultimate two-door V8 Raptor? Well, that's what we decided to do.
But getting this far wasn't easy. I mean, we literally had to cut this truck in half. So first, let's go back to a few months ago and show you how we built it.
Maybe I should do a little burnout first just to make sure it's capable. Pretty pitiful, to be honest. I think a supercharger will make it way better. That's what it needs. Supercharger or twin turbos. First things first though, let's go chop it in half. Guys, the thing is, right, there's this moment on every project where you're rolling it into the shop and it's probably not gonna roll out for 4 months. So you just gotta enjoy the moment. Okay, I'm done enjoying it. Let's chop it in half. Oh, look at that. The reason why we picked this truck specifically is this truck has a 5-liter Coyote V8 in it. So this is basically the same thing they put in the Mustangs, same thing they put in the Raptor R essentially, and this engine is capable of a lot of horsepower. This one also has a 10-speed transmission. This is the perfect year of we can tune it, we can make big power with it, it has the 10-speed, it has the right engine, it's perfect for what we want to do. First things first though, we have to turn this from a regular F-150 into a Raptor. Now if you don't know what the difference is between a regular F-150 and a Raptor, the front suspension's different, the front diff's different, the steering rack's different, the rear axle's different, the springs are different, the shocks are different. Basically what I'm trying to say is a lot of work is getting ready to happen to this truck. There it goes. Guys, it's time. We're gonna back up the F-150, hook the straps up and pull the bed off. Sounds very like something's not unhooked. We're professionals, don't worry. This frame looks way rustier the higher we get the bed, I'll be honest. Here's our issue right now, right? The thing is, this truck is 6 to 8 inches too long, that's the first time I've ever had that problem. So I'm really excited to figure that out. But long story short, we got to shorten it a little bit so the Raptor bed fits. So this thing is absolutely disgusting. So we're gonna pull it outside, pressure wash it, and then we're gonna bring in the Raptor bed and we'll set it on and kind of see exactly how much we got to chop out of this truck to make it work. Guys, I about bet this thing will do, hypothetically, a really awesome donut and skid with no bed on the back. I wouldn't do that, of course.
You gotta knock the dust off the frame.
That's true, all that dust on the frame. We need to get that off there. Dude, did that rip or what? That's the secret. If you want a truck to skid in, take your F-150, take the bed off of it, you could go win burnout competitions with this thing. Well, here's what we know. If we put a turbo or a supercharger on this thing, it's only gonna get better from there. Well, now that we got that done, I think it's been a productive day. Now let's pressure wash it. We need to get the Raptor bed over here, that way we can see if that fits or not, and then start turning this thing into a Raptor. So guys, this is the bed we're gonna try to make fit on our F-150. Now the thing is, there's a lot of differences between Raptors and regular F-150s. Namely, the thing about a Raptor is it's thick. Big old thick girl. All right guys, so now we've got the bed here for the Raptor. We just gotta go get the frame for the Raptor. That way we can actually see exactly what the differences are. So we're gonna strap the skid loader down and go to the field that I left that frame in about 3 years ago and see if it's still there.
That's old Porsche 944. There's a Cadillac. Over there's a crashed Lincoln Town Car. There's a GMC Blazer. Hold on, I'll show you. There you go, there it is. Oh shit, I found it!
My God, it's literally, it's become one with nature. Hold on, let me.
There you go, now you guys can see it. That right there is a Raptor frame. Well, I'm trying to be really careful with this thing. There's just some brackets on this I definitely don't want to mess up.
Guys, here's where we're at with this, right? We've now got our Raptor frame up here. Now we have to figure out how do we get all these mounts and everything that bolt a Raptor frame to an F-150 onto that pickup there. But first things first, we're gonna grab the blue bed, sit it on the back of this truck, and actually see if it's 11.5 inches we need to shorten it by. Yeah, that's it, perfectly lined up in the back. How much do we got to chop out the front? Oh, wait a minute. That's weird. That's a big gap. Here's the good news. I think this is gonna look absolutely sick. We just gotta figure out how much we gotta chop it down by. We had an idea of 11.5 inches. And that's looking like that wouldn't be too bad of an option. 11.5. Thing is also, we don't want to make it too close. Frames naturally just flex and twist and stuff like that whenever they get under load. And we don't want the cab hitting the bed. That's about right. 11.5 is about right. Well, I think if we're gonna do this and do this right, we'll pull the cab and we'll sandblast all the rusty spots and then we'll paint the whole thing. Guys, here's where we're at. We've got everything that holds the cab down this bad girl undone, so hopefully, see, this is the moment where you take and you test out the tensile strength of all the stuff you forgot to unhook. All wiring harnesses, stuff like that. We're probably getting ready to rip all them out. Oh, I found something already. You know, I'm really, really good at taking apart. The putting back together, that's where I have my issues. All right, we'll ignore that. No one will ever notice. Well, there we go. In case you were wondering, that's what the bones of an F-150 looks like. Now we can take and figure out exactly where we're gonna cut this in half, exactly how much we're gonna cut it in half, and how many burnouts we're gonna do after we get it cut in half. Guys, we got the F-150 Raptor's frame back in here now. The thing is though, is we gotta get every single thing off this frame. That way we can completely tear it down and get all the paint off of it and make this thing look like brand new. And I think the only thing we're really gonna leave on this frame is all the stuff that makes it roll. So we'll leave the suspension, the chassis, the axles, but everything else is coming off. Now this is the point where we roll it in and we ram halfway into the Hellcat and halfway into the motor mount.
All right, I think that's good.
I think I've got it. Come with me, sweetheart. So guys, that right there is the beating heart of our new F-150 Raptor. Long story short, once we get all the Raptor modifications done, we're gonna put some boost to this motor, and this motor should be able to, without rods, pistons, anything, support almost 1,000 horsepower. That went pretty well. We yanked an F-150 in half, so now I've got half of my F-150 going back in the shop right now. I'll come back and get the other half in a second. I can't really get them both at the same time. But, long story short, that worked really well. Now we just gotta get inside, cut it down, and stick it back together. Well, here's the good news. We know exactly where we're cutting this thing in half at. We gotta cut it there, we gotta cut it over there, then we're gonna get rid of this section of frame, and then just slide it back together. Ho ho ho! How's it feel to cut
almost a brand new F-150 now. So that's 8.5 inches we just took off. So technically we should be able to just slide these bad girls back together real quick and it'll be the perfect length that we need. So guys, in case you're wondering, this is exactly how Ford does it. They get two rednecks, one of them sitting on a chair he bought off Amazon. They basically take a piece of all thread, two nuts, weld it onto the side of the frame, and then you know what they're like? You know what? Let's just stick it together. So we could really explain to you the thought and the process and the math, or we could just say, this part's gonna end right there, and we're gonna go, ah. All right, ready?
Looks like an actual frame again.
Very precise process. We both got to make sure we get the lines lined up at the same time or we got it crooked. So how we're doing that is while I'm eyeballing his side, he's eyeballing my side. Ta-da! That's nice. Once we get this fully welded out, this is going to look factory. Probably what we ought to do is pull a tape to make sure they're even. So once we get that fine adjusted, maybe we'll put a couple tack welds on it so it don't go anywhere, and then we'll bring the cab in here, set the cab on, set the bed on. If we did this right, this is a regular cab F-150 Raptor right now. And if we did it wrong, well then we'll have to do it again. So guys, there's still a few things we got to figure out on this thing, right? For one, now that we got the right distance, we still don't have a mount for the back of the cab or the front of the bed, which we chopped off the Raptor frame that we had outside. Now, all we gotta do, lift the cab up, slide the frame under, set the cab down, and that's gonna tell us where we need to put the back cab mount and the front bed mount. Guys, also here's the thing, right? Whenever we set this down, now we're gonna figure out, for one, if our link's gonna work, and for two, if the frame's gonna be too high for the cab to set fully down on top of it, which we hope it's not. Fingers crossed. Guys, we've already run into our first issue, right? The cab's not all the way on the frame yet, but it's already hitting a cross member that we didn't think we was gonna have to relocate. And the question is, are we gonna relocate it 11.5 inches further back, or are we gonna relocate it to the trash can? There's multiple things we can relocate it to. We just gotta figure it out. Well, hey, we got rid of it. All right, guys, here's where we're at, right? We're in the middle of this project, and we figured out a whole bunch of other issues, but now we're on to the fuel tank. We've cut so much out of the center section of this truck that now it's so much shorter, there's not room to put a fuel tank in front of the axle and behind the transfer case. So now it's gonna go right here. And now we're trying to figure out exactly where and how we're gonna make it sit underneath the truck and also be tough enough that if we hit a rock with it, it's not gonna leak fuel everywhere. Multiple problems, but we'll figure it out as we go. There you go. I'm gonna leave this to you to weld and cut and do thingies, and then after that we'll try to make it fit. Before we get too far into putting this bad girl back together, I think we want to sandblast and paint this frame, that way it looks like a brand new, absolutely factory frame. So we got to get the rest of the axles, steering, shocks, leaf springs, basically every single thing that's not just the bare frame rails, taken off the frame. That way we can take it down the street and get it sandblasted. Guys, here's the thing, right? As you've seen, we dropped the frame off to be powder coated. No, not powder. What am I doing? Would you explain what we just had done, Wade?
We dropped the, what are we calling this truck anyways?
It's the Mini Raptor. It's a Raptor, but mini. Anyway, we're here to pick up the frame now, and this is gonna be my first time and all of our first times actually seeing it after it's sandblasted. So let's go see it cleaned up. It looks good. Looks fantastic. Way better than us taking 3.5 weeks on it with a wire wheel.
Not only we had it like powder coated, it's also been converted over to take the suspension from a Raptor.
Yeah,
right?
It's got the coil buckets in it for a Raptor, so everything's done. Let's get back to the shop so we're not wasting Mark's time. Here's the thing I'm so proud of, I'm so happy with, right? Whenever we were gonna cut this apart, most of the time when people cut things apart, they cut it in half and then they put a plate over the side of it. This looks so factory right here. I don't even remember which side we cut. Oh no, we cut the back side. This is the factory joint right there, that's factory. And this is the one we've done. Now all we gotta do is grab the forklift, we'll get it inside, and then we're gonna put it inside the paint booth, and we're gonna paint this bad girl. And as soon as she's painted, we'll let it dry, and we can start putting the truck back together.
Got paint in the gun. The gun's cleaned out. Paint was mixed. Basically, all it comes down to now is I'm gonna get in there, hook up the air hose, and get the f after it and see what happens.
I know you guys might can't hear me, but it's looking fantastic.
So guys, here's the deal. This is the body of the mini Raptor that we're building, right? So, frame's painted, it looks fantastic, it looks great. We're waiting for that to dry, but now we have to pull the front clip off this because we have an entire Raptor front clip to see if it fits on. We've never actually checked to see if it actually fits on the front of this truck. So, we're going to pull the fenders, the hood, the grill, the headlights, everything out of it, and we're going to start throwing the Raptor front body on it and make sure everything fits.
Chris found it. There's a lot of things that just don't line up very good.
Oh, like the doors.
Doors.
Yeah.
That's one thing. Our concern is even if we went and got doors, that the cab is a little bit different on the A-pillar.
So you're telling me the hood doesn't fit, the fenders don't fit, and if we make the fenders fit, the doors won't fit, so we got to get new doors, but we're not sure if the new doors will fit.
Yeah, basically that's it.
Oh, okay. Well, this is easy. So, how bad does it not line up? Oh, I see. Right here, the B-pillar, this is all different because that's hitting right there, and it shouldn't be.
I texted Adam at Foley and asked him what year his work truck was so we could throw a door on it.
You think that he'd get mad if we just took his door off for like an hour? Guys, here's the deal. Adam right here is our local representation from Foley. Comes out here, makes sure we're all hooked up with Caterpillar equipment, skid loaders, whatever else we need. And he drives a brand new F-150. And we need to borrow his door so we see if it fits on our Ford Raptor or not.
Hold on, can we do the passenger side, or we need the driver?
No, just a driver. Just a driver door. This'll work. Basically, what the deal is, right? We need to see if this door here fits on that cab, and there's only one way to find out. Foley Caterpillar, if you're watching this, dude, we love you guys. Thank you guys for supporting everything we do with Caterpillar equipment all the time, and giving your door to the cause. So remember, 855 Rent Foley. That's too many letters. That phone number doesn't work. Have you ever tried to call the number inside your truck? Never mind. We don't need nothing. We're good. It works. It does work. Never mind. How'd you look?
Not bad. Not good, not bad.
Oh, dude, it fits.
Little body line issue here, but this line lines up, that line lines up, just not that.
Well, hey, as far as stealing the Foley man's door to see if it works, success. I think honestly we'll get a set of new doors to put on it, we'll paint them and we'll send it. If it looks like then we'll unsend it and resend it. Ho, 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 ho. So guys, here's the deal. We painted on this bad boy, and I've sprayed the first coat, and then I let Wade get after the second coat. And when I tell you, this might be the prettiest frame rail I've ever seen, I'm being serious. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. I'm so happy with it. I'm so happy we decided to use the nice, expensive paint instead of the tractor paint that we were gonna use. Oh, dude, are you certified?
That's what they said.
Oh wait, hold on. What are you doing, bro? What are you doing? You sit there and tell me you're forklift certified. Sorry.
I left my PPE home.
You like so say.
Yeah. You already know.
Nice. All right, back out real slow. Dude, there's some parts of this we did a fantastic job. Some parts not so much. You know we'll never get this folded back up into the bag it came out of, right? I don't know how they fold them up to get them in the bag on the way here anyway, but we will never get it back in there. It seemed way more durable than it was.
That was all instincts there. You just saw it, gave it the eye and ran at it.
I had to get the air out of it. I think I got it. All right, here, put that hard hat on and give it another go. All right. So guys, we was really concerned because the hood wasn't fitting, and then I noticed that's the regular F-150 hood, and right here is a brand new Raptor hood.
I've just decided this now after seeing one corner of this hood. We are going to paint the entire truck to match the hood. And voila, boom, Raptor hood. Obviously we're converting this thing to a Raptor, and it wouldn't be a Raptor without the wide body kit. This is a Raptor R front body kit for it. So we got headlights, fenders, hood, grill, and now we just got to make it all fit on the front of a 2020 F-150. And then after that, we got to put the V8 back in it. But first things first, this is all the visual component of making sure this thing looks absolutely sick. So it's really important that the hood fits. Loosen yours up just a little bit. We don't want it super tight. That way we can move it around. All right, go down slowly with it. How's that fit?
Lines up now. It lines up. It can be shimmed.
It's just because the fenders aren't lined up or anything yet. We haven't got all that lined up yet. Well, she's gonna need some help to really get where we need her to be. What we have figured out is the fenders, the hood, the headlights, they all fit. There's some small things we're gonna have to make brackets for and fix all that stuff, and also we gotta fix a little body work. We still gotta paint everything. But the body fits, which is good. Guys, here's the deal. The frame is going together really nicely. The whole front suspension is basically put together. The whole rear suspension is basically put together. Wade's working on some stuff with the brakes, the fuel cells in it. Right now, it's almost time to go grab the engine and sit the engine back in the frame, which is the exciting part. That's the part I really like. So, long story short, what do you think? 30 minutes, we're ready to put the engine in?
We're ready right now.
Yeah, but I gotta go get a sausage burrito.
Yeah, so, about 30 minutes then.
Yeah, exactly, that's what I thought. Quick sausage burrito run, and then we're putting the engine in. Dun, 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 dun. Go on, sweetheart. You know, I don't like to say we're getting good at this, but as soon as I say that, we're gonna drop this engine. Yeah, you keep going. How's it look, Chris? Goes down. Hopefully we don't do this wrong. All right, keep going. Down. Down. Oh, that looks good. You know what's bad is what we've accidentally done is we've accidentally made the frame and the suspension, everything else looks so good that now the engine that we thought looked good looks bad. Dude, this truck is gonna look so sick. I'm so excited. This might be like the nicest like fit and finish quality build that we've done.
So we stole the Foley guys doors and confirmed we have the wrong doors for what we want for these fenders. So instead of using the Foley guys doors, we stole from the local sheriff's department. They don't need them anyways, so they were gracious enough to donate them to us. So we're gonna pull the old ones off, get them all fitted up, and get them ready for paint.
And also, guys, if the K County Sheriff's Department's looking for 2 doors off the front of their F-150, these are definitely not those doors. And after we get all the body work done, we still have to paint it. And the thing is, there's 2 options, right? I can have the guy that's done some paint work on the smokestack and stuff like that come here and paint it, or I could get after it myself.
I definitely think we gotta have that other guy do it.
Dude, it's just paint. I can do it.
What happened last time you did some painting? We had to repaint it.
So, guys, he started painting on this bad girl, so we went ahead and got everything inside the paint booth. He went ahead and started mixing paint, got all the paint mixed, and look at her go. Woo. That's the bed. There's the fender. This is the first coat of base coat, so there'll be a couple coats of base coat, and then a couple coats of clear coat, and then after that, we'll let it dry all night. The good news is, it's freaking looking fantastic. This is like probably the coolest color we could decide to paint this truck. So he's gonna paint it all, and he should be done spraying in about 2 hours. And after that, we'll let it cure, and we gotta finally get a good look at what it's gonna look like after it's all said and done. Oh, I'm so excited. Oh God. Hey man, that's orange.
Does it look better now?
I don't know how the f you can look at that and think that's brown.
Oh God, it looks really good now.
See, I told you, it's orange. Yeah, that looks great. Garrett can't see vehicles in the dark or he thinks they're the wrong color. Guys, I've been falling in love with orange vehicles lately. If you didn't see, look, there's Jeep. I don't know why. I bought that, it was really cheap.
That one there's yellow.
That's not yellow, it's orange.
It's yellow.
That motherfucker is orange.
It's like a very dark yellow.
No, I'm not letting you pick any colors on anything. You're colorblind. No wonder you think it's brown. Here's our plan today, right? We've put so much work into this mini Ford Raptor
then now it's finally time to go back together with it. And the thing is, the paint job has a couple things we got to fix on it. It's got a few runs in it, but the good news is all this is in the clear coat. And if you guys don't know this or not, as long as you have enough clear coat on there, you can wet sand and polish out pretty much any problem. So long story short, I like the orange. I think the orange looks fantastic. There's a lot of things on this truck we still can't put together yet, but it's finally time for the frame to get its ass back underneath the cab. We can put the bed on it. We can actually start going back together with this entire truck now. Look at us go, we didn't even drop it. It's still not right at all. We still got to scooch around, but hey, that's pretty good. How are you looking over there on that side for as far as the bolt hole goes? How's that look? That looks so sick. The only thing that's a question now is, guys, we've done all this work, we've cut it all apart, we've done all of this to put this back together, but we don't know if the bed's gonna fit on it right, which we probably should have test fit somewhere in the middle here, but now we have to go get the bed and set the bed on here, and hopefully the bed fits to the cab. Fingers crossed. Don't hit the frame. Oh, dude, it looks sick. Look at that. I just didn't think it would look right without the Raptor bed on it, but it looks perfect. It's so short. We could probably go ahead and cinch down the cab the rest of the way, and we still got to hook up all the wiring, cooling system, and everything else to make the engine run. This thing is going to look so sick.
So what are we testing out?
If the window safety still works. A lot of newer cars, if you're rolling the window up and the window senses something between the window and it's shutting, it stops rolling the window up. We're gonna see if that still works by sticking my wing.
I really hope I'm not about to like break your finger.
Oh, cool. Oh my God, that scared me. We're good though.
So guys, basically, it's coming down to the point that all the wiring's hooked up, which didn't take long. Like literally, when you set the cab on one of these Fords, you can have it ready to start in like 30 minutes basically, but everything's hooked up there, and we've got a fuel line ran for it now. We've got wires for the pump. So basically, unless this fuel pump just doesn't work with this engine, this thing should be able to put gas in and fire it up. All right, hit it. You shut it off or did I? You might not like that fuel pump. It fired right up real nice for a second though. Oh, yeah, I kind of figured out why it wouldn't work. Wait, you gotta plug fuel pump in. I hate to tell you, you don't run very good on fuel pump plugged in. There you go, try that. That might make it run better. About this entire time is we built this custom fuel cell to go back here because the factory fuel tank wouldn't fit anymore since we shortened the frame so much, and we wasn't sure that if we just hooked the fuel pump wiring to the pump that we installed, which is all aftermarket, if it would just fire up and work. But it seems like it does, so we're good. Guys, while he's doing all the important stuff on the truck to make sure it runs right, we really have to answer the question that needs to be answered here. Rylan has been on the prowl for a lady of the, what do you do? No, you don't want to say lady of the night. That's a bit too bad. A respectable young lady. How's that circuit going? Oh, well. See, I feel like we need to do speed dating. So, ladies, if any of you out there, some guys too, if you're good looking enough, we don't care. Yeah. But any of the ladies out there that are single, or if you know any ladies that are single and would like to date Rylan, we're gonna do speed dating for Rylan. The ladies just don't know what he's capable of. He's forklift certified, can rebuild the hell out of a hydraulic system, can work on your car in case it's broken down, and more importantly, can love you. So, make sure you guys apply to this email right down here.
I'm sold. This sounds like a good idea.
We're really not getting done, are we? We're not getting thing done. But goddamn, we've talked a whole lot of this afternoon. We currently have to bleed the brakes, and we don't have any shocks. So whenever you hit a bump, the back's gonna do this, and the front's not gonna do anything because it has 2 steel rods installed where the shock should be. So we're kind of waiting on all that as of right now, and then we will see you when we have shocks. I know, shocking.
right, well, we got both the rear shocks in. Now we're gonna move to put the front shocks in. We're having to bust the upper off to push down on the knuckle here to get that big old girl in, which is gonna be really fun. Guess let's see if we can get that in there. Well, that was a little bit of a fight on either side. This side went in better, but they're in. They're in.
Get that top ball joint in
Yeah,
and
get
jump
the top
it.
ball joint in and go jump this thing.
What are you doing? That was good oil.
I was just told to do this, man. I just work here.
All right, well guys, here's where we're at. We're doing this really weird thing that we're not used to doing around here called maintenance. And basically we figured this thing's already on the lift, we might as well change the oil, which I know is a bit weird for Horsepower Labs, but we're stepping up our quality and we're stepping up our class. I'm feeling very good about this whole situation. I feel like we need to pour oil in it and go do burnouts. I loosened it up for you. Guys, if you can't tell, I'm a bit sick this morning. I might not be able to put the wheels on the truck, but I can definitely burn them off. Oh, dude! Yes! You know, the thing is, guys, at this point, this truck is fully together. Look at it, the lights work, everything. The only thing that's left to do on it now is go drive it. So guys, there's still a bunch of things we still got to do to this truck. This truck is fully together. The only thing that's left to do on it now is go drive it. We're still gonna put a supercharger on it. We got a bunch of stuff we're gonna do to the interior, but for right now, hold on, I gotta listen to it. Oh yeah, sounds good. Don't hear that out of a Raptor. Hands down, coolest Raptor I've ever freaking seen. It's been a while since I've done this, but I really got to see if it'll still do a burnout.
One wheel squealer.
Was that a one tire fire? Yeah. We gotta get the lock and diff back working. What you think? She's not done, but she's pretty close to done.
Oh god damn, dude. Dude, she looks nice.
I know.
She looks so freaking good.
The bed still needs RNX. This truck is fully together. The only thing that's left to do on it, and we still got to put the Pro Charger on it. But I feel like that's after we go take it for a drive and see if it rips.
Okay, let's see if it rips.
All right.
How many times are we gonna jump this thing?
I don't know. I feel like this is actually one of my most favorite things we've ever built because it's so practical. Like you could go drive this around every day, no problem. But it still does crazy things like handling bumps like that. And after we're done, it's gonna handle crazy amounts of power too. Like it's gonna be able to drag race the TRX and keep up. So guys, here's where we're at. We now have a mini Raptor and it's been snowing. It's time to go play in the snow with the mini Raptor. We installed a Raptor suspension on this thing, which means I should be able to hit these bumps here. Oh, dude, it soaks them up. How is that possible?
Oh no, what'd you do?
I don't even know.
Ah!
How'd I do that? Where'd that even come from?
Oh, the whole wheel and everything. Dang.
It's a wheel. There's a whole wheel in it. Let's go get a jack to get it out. I can try backing up, see what it'd do.
Now back right, just a hair. Whoop. Got it.
Well, we never had that happen before. We've just come out here just to do some initial testing to see how the suspension works versus when it was factory. And it is absolutely insane. But the thing is, the biggest thing we wanted to test is see if we could jump it. This is my old jump right here. And I'm not sure how well the jump is still built, to be honest. But what I do know, if I hit this the right way, oh yeah, that's definitely gonna make us fly.
You know, I should probably do some test attempts and stuff like that, but I'm just gonna do what I always do. Send it.
Dude! What was that? It literally just flew up in the air and landed like a cloud! That was being slow! That felt like at least like a couple inches at least. Oh yeah, that's a nice little jump.
Like, I'll tell you, when I did this in the regular Raptor, it was like harsh. All right, well, for science sake, I think we need to do that one more time. We really have to test. Can it jump twice? You can jump anything once, but can you jump it twice? And that's the question we're gonna answer. All right, let's do this again.
Holy was that the biggest one?
I think so. It looked like a lot.
I was real close to it, so it looked huge.
Oh my God! Dude! It felt like it was in the air for so long! That felt highest!
Yeah.
I just felt like I was hanging around for like 30 minutes in the air. Guys, I cannot believe we built this bad boy in this whole video. So, from beginning to end, you've seen this thing when it was a completely stock truck. Now, it is a V8 regular cab Ford Raptor that jumps, lands, and can still jump again. There's only one thing I could think to do with this thing that make it better, and that's more power. And that's why our friends over at ProCharger are gonna be here next week. Make sure if you guys enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe button. We're really trying to reach 5 million subs here in 2025, and hopefully you guys like the content. We'll see you next week. We still need to build a bumper. We kind of forgot about a bumper. Well, wait, when we get back to the shop, we need to build a bumper.